I'm out here to leave you a very important message as we're going through the apocalypse. What is the apocalypse? A great revealing. And the message that we all need to understand and overstand is that awareness is the precursor to change. Hello everyone, I am Michael and I help guide people on the evolutionary journey. Awareness is the precursor to change. If we're not aware of something, we can never change it. And that's why these concepts of expanding human consciousness, these concepts of raising awareness, we do a lot of raising awareness in our community on our channel. We're raising awareness because as we understand and overstand, awareness is the precursor to change. Each and every one of us want change. We want change for our everyday life experience. We want change for the world. We want change for the reality and the experience for our children. But in order to get to the change, we need to have awareness. Awareness is the precursor to change. So it's one step after another. That's why this is a journey. We're all on a journey right now. And that's why it's important to raise awareness. That's why it's important to expand human consciousness. Because if you're not conscious of something, you can never change. You can never cause a change if you're not conscious and aware of the keys to the universe. And that's why I come out here and I share many different concepts, even though, they might not be popular. But we need to be aware of these concepts. When we have awareness of these concepts, we have new abilities in our arsenal. Awareness is the precursor to change. So you can't change something if you don't know how to fix it, right? We all want to fix the reality. We want to fix our everyday life experience. How can we personally improve on ourselves? How can we improve our physical and mental health? How can we improve our overall everyday life experience? We have to be aware of the keys to the universe. We have to be aware of these universal laws. And that's why, most of all of these concepts were hidden from humanity. Earlier on my journey, I became aware of the pineal gland, also known as the third eye. And, if I wasn't aware of the third eye, if I wasn't aware of how to strengthen the pineal gland, how to decalcify the pineal gland, make sure my pineal gland is nice and healthy. Make sure your pineal gland is nice and healthy. A lot of people hear the term third eye. We're using this as an example. A lot of times it's associated with spirituality, maybe, having spiritual experiences, but the pineal gland is also important in regulating our sleep, right? So we want to have better sleep so we can heal ourselves. Regeneration is part of having sleep, rest. That's where we're doing 80% of our healing is as we're sleeping. So if you were never aware of these things, you would never be able to make the changes that are needed to improve your everyday life. We need to be aware of the changes that are needed in order to experience the new earth. There are so many things that we need to be aware of. And if we're not aware of these things, we can't cause change, right? Awareness comes first. So that's why, it's so important to expand human consciousness. Some people, you know, they might think it's just a phrase, but this is actually how we are changing our reality, how we're changing our world. This could happen in the individual level, and it could also happen, and it will happen for the collective. Because as I always share, become the change that you want to see in the world. And if you want to work on yourself, you have to be conscious and aware of things, right? All of these inverted tactics, right? People weren't given the information that they needed. A lot of this information was turned upside down, also known as Luciferian. As you become conscious and aware, you might hear these concepts, and you might never knew this before, right? But as you start to realize all these things, oh, this is how I can improve my everyday life. It's almost like the cheat codes of making it out of the Matrix. Do you want to make it out of the Matrix, Light Warriors? There's a cheat code, if you will, that as you become aware that everything is rigged against you, all assets are deployed. Now you're becoming conscious and aware. Awareness is the precursor to change. You want to change your everyday life? Are you saying to yourself, wow, you know, I keep doing the same thing and I'm not seeing any change, right? Take everything, all these subconscious programs, and do the opposite. And as you start to see this, right, start thinking outside the box. What is the box? The box of limiting beliefs. Just like the Matrix, people were placed in a prison that you cannot see, taste, or touch, a prison of the mind. And people were born into the prison. And just like the Matrix, right, people they weren't even aware of it, right? That's why awareness is so important. We're aware now that this was a prison planet, and all the craziness that we're experiencing right now is because we're witnessing the greatest show in the universe. We're witnessing the collapse of the prison and the freedom of all the everyday life people, all different colors, classes, and creeds, right? And we're all experiencing a change. And as we get to this change, we had to raise awareness. That's the only way, right? You have to be aware. You have to be conscious, right? Light is information, right? And you shine the light, you need information. If you're navigating, right? If I came out to a location, right, and, you know, it was pitch black and I had no light, right? I have no information to navigate. And the problem is many people don't have the information that they need to navigate. That's why awareness is the precursor to change. Awareness is so important, Light Warriors. It all starts by becoming aware, by becoming conscious, and then through free will. Free will is the law of the universe. Many people were not aware of this. And when you realize this, you'll realize how much power you actually have. And then when you receive the new information, then now it's up to you. Now it's up to you to make the change. Will you accept the new information? And will you apply it to your everyday life? Or will you say, no, thank you, and continue doing the same thing over and over again? Keep continuously doing the Matrix things over and over again. I believe it was Einstein that said insanity was doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome. So, you know, it hasn't worked for us for thousands of years, right? It hasn't worked for the people. But now it's time for it to work for the common everyday life people, for all people around the world, all different colors, classes, and creeds. This is the Hopi prophecy, and it's playing out now. Maybe you weren't aware of the Hopi prophecy, and now you're becoming conscious, you're becoming aware of it, and you say, wow, I see the Hopi prophecy playing out in the world right now. It's part of our everyday lives right now, this Hopi prophecy. And that's why it's so important as we go on our journey to expand consciousness. We become the change that we want to see in the world, and then as the lighthouse, others will see us. You can share your truth, and through free will, people will either accept or reject the new information. That's why it's our evolutionary journey. And if we're going to evolve, we have to become aware. We become conscious, and now there's change. Energy is the ability to cause change. Ability to cause change doesn't mean the change is going to happen. But when all this change happens, right? That's why when you start to break down all the subconscious programs, you're becoming aware. You're expanding your consciousness. You're going to experience a lot of, fatigue. You're very tired, right? It actually takes so much energy to break the spell. Break the spell. Break the satanic spell, light warriors. Break it. But when you are starting to expand your consciousness, you're going to see that it takes so much energy to do it. Because awareness is the precursor to change. The knowledge, as you start to learn, you're actually consuming, you're using up so much energy to rewrite the subconscious programs. All of those subconscious programs that you were given your entire life that never served your greatest purpose. Now, you're able to take back control of your reality, your everyday life experience. So, I want each and every person to realize that we're in the apocalypse right now. And maybe you are not aware of what apocalypse means. A lot of people, right, they go on their journey and they hear apocalypse and say, woo! They get all scared. But it's a beautiful time. Apocalypse means a great revealing. We're revealing all that is authentically true about the reality. You should become aware of the Hawkins scale of vibrational consciousness. And on my journey, when I became aware of this scale of consciousness, my everyday life improved exponentially because I knew all the different states of consciousness. And what are the low states? Fear, guilt, and shame. Shame is actually the lowest state of vibrational consciousness. You cannot get lower than shame. Shame is actually lower than fear. So look around the world, and when you see shame or people throwing out shame, you know that this vibration is associated with the lowest of the low, the worthless devil. So, now you're starting to learn these things. And now you can, kind of everything was inverted, right? Everything was upside down. Look at all the shame, right? That's how they keep their control. The shame, the fear, the guilt. And you want to rise up to love. You want to rise up to love. And you really want to rise up to the pinnacle, which a lot of people, again, were not aware of. The highest state of authenticity. The highest state of vibrational consciousness. The very tippy top authenticity on the scale. It says is. It is what it is. I used to say that a lot growing up. It is what it is. Authenticity, the truth, is the highest state of vibrational consciousness. And now you know why there are so many attempts to hide the truth. Awareness is the precursor to change. If you find this message interesting and you would like to learn more about our reality in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, why don't you click subscribe, give the video a like so it becomes visible to more people, and please share with one other person, because when we all share with one other person, we will rapidly grow our 5D community. Did you learn something new today, Light Warriors? If you did, why don't you smash the like button? Why don't you share this message with somebody else? Because simply through awareness, we can change the world. We can change the everyday life experience. We can change the mental health for all people. That's why this mission is called Mental Health Awareness. We become aware that everyone's mental health is under attack. And everything is mental. The Hermetic principles, everything is mental. Become aware with these laws of the universe, and then you're going to improve your everyday life. It's crazy in the world. Everything is upside down right now. All assets are deployed against you. But don't worry about what's going on out there, Light Warriors. You know why. We cannot control what is around us. However, we can control from within. Be conscious that awareness is the precursor to change. Use this to raise your vibration and increase your electromagnetism. Life is so much better when we are all together. If you find this message inspiring or know someone that could benefit from it, please share this message. Dear ones, I am Michael. Find us in the 5th dimension. Have a wonderful day living your everyday life. For this time period, this is one of the most important messages that a person can hear. Awareness is the precursor to change. We're seeing the expansion of human consciousness, and this is how we're able to change the world. This is how common, everyday life people are able to change the world, because you can't have change without energy, the ability to cause change in science, and you can't get to this change without awareness. Awareness is the precursor to change. When the earth is ravaged and the animals are dying, a new tribe of people will come onto the earth from many colors, classes, creeds, and whom, by their actions and deeds, will make the earth green again. They will be known as the warriors of the rainbow. I hope that I raised your awareness to the truth of the apocalypse, the truth about the Hopi prophecy. And now we realize the importance of expanding human consciousness. I am the defender of our everyday lives. Victory of the light. How was your consciousness expanded today? What did you become aware of today? Why don't you leave it in the comments? And everyone share what you have learned. And everyone scroll through the comments, because we the people are teaching each other. We the people are expanding human consciousness.